My advice when watching comedy anime is to watch the first episode. If you don't find the first episode funny, then you should quit that anime. There are many different types of comedy anime, so you might find some boring while others find them funny, and the other way around. Now that you know that not every type of comedy anime is for you, we can start this list with number 17, Kemono Michi, Rise Up. Kemono Michi Rise Up is about a wrestler named Genzo who loves animals. One day he gets sent to a magical world where people ask him to find monsters. But Genzo doesn't want to fight. He wants to open a pet shop for magical creatures. The funny part is seeing a tough wrestler try to take care of cute and strange animals while dealing with other characters. Genzo's love for animals leads to many funny situations, especially when he tries to treat scary monsters like pets. Number 16, Urusei Yatsura 2022. Urusei Yatsura 2022 is a reboot of a classic anime. It follows Ataru, a boy who is always flirting with girls, and Lum, an alien princess who loves Ataru and wants to marry him. The funny part is that Ataru tries to flirt with other girls, while Lum uses her alien powers to electrocute him. Their crazy adventures and misunderstandings are filled with lots of funny moments. Lum's attempt to fit in with human society and Ataru's endless scheme to win over other girls creates a mix of sci-fi and romantic comedy. Number 15, Love After World Domination. Love After World Domination is about a leader of a hero squad and a villainess from an evil organization. Even though they are supposed to be enemies, they secretly fell in love. The comedy comes from their hilarious attempts to hide their relationship while pretending to fight each other in public. Their secret dates and funny misunderstandings make this show entertaining. Watching them balance their duties with their secret love life adds a layer of humor and excitement to every episode. Number 14, Kamikatsu, Working for a God in a Godless World. Kamikatsu, Working for a God in a Godless World, follows Yukito, who accidentally ends up in a world without gods. He decides to start a religion and teach people about gods. The funny part is seeing Yukito try to convince people in this strange world to become religious. The anime is filled with absurd and humorous moments as Yukito and his friends navigate this new world. Yukito's strange ideas in spreading his newfound religion keep the comedy fresh and engaging. Number 13, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is about Kobayashi, an ordinary office worker who meets a dragon named Toru. Toru transforms into a maid and decides to help Kobayashi with her daily life. The comedy comes from Toru trying to act like a human while still having her dragon habits. Along with other dragon friends, they create a lot of funny moments. The show is both heartwarming and hilarious as these magical creatures try to live like humans. The interaction between Toru, Kobayashi and other dragons like the lazy Kana and the powerful yet goofy Fafnir add to the charm and humor of the series. Number 12, The Legendary Hero is Dead. The Legendary Hero is Dead is about a farmer who accidentally kills the legendary hero and has to take his place. With the hero's soul inside him, he goes on a wild adventure to save the world. The funny part is seeing an ordinary farmer trying to act like a great hero and getting into all sorts of silly situations. His clumsy attempts and unexpected success make the show a standout. His interaction with others and his awkward heroism add to the humor, making each episode an unpredictable and hilarious ride. Number 11, The Disastrous Life of Saki K. The Disastrous Life of Saki K is about Saki, a high school student with psychic powers who just wants a normal life. The comedy comes from Saki's reaction to bizarre and funny situations his power causes. He tries to hide his abilities but ends up attracting all kinds of strange friends and problems. The show is full of quick jokes, clever gags and lots of silly characters. Saki's attempt to stay under the radar while dealing with chaos make it a great show. Each episode is packed with humor, making his life anything but ordinary. Number 10, Combatants Will Be Dispatched. Combatants Will Be Dispatched is about Agent 6 who works for an evil organization and gets sent to a fantasy world to help them take over. He teams up with weird characters like a powerful android and a cheeky princess. The comedy comes from Agent 6's crazy plans and the funny interactions with his team. The wild adventures and silly missions are filled with laughs and action. Agent 6's questionable tactics and the strange dynamic with his team make for lots of comedic moments as they attempt to conquer the fantasy world. Number 9. Scissors 7. Scissors 7 is about a barber named Seven who's an assassin. Even though he's not very good at being an assassin, he takes on funny missions and gets into all sorts of trouble. The comedy comes from Seven's goofy attempts to assassination and the bizarre characters he meets. The show combines action with sharp humor and unique animation style. Seven's hilarious adventures make it really entertaining. His interactions with his clients and his ridiculous plans to complete his missions keep the humor and excitement high throughout the series. Number 8. Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. Cautious Hero is about a hero who is summoned to save a dangerous world. He's incredibly strong and skilled, but he has one big problem. He's overly cautious. He prepares for every battle with extreme care, even training for weeks before fighting a weak monster. The comedy comes from his hilarious over-preparations and his cautious nature that drives his goddess crazy. Watching his over-the-top strategies and the funny interaction with other characters makes this anime a lot of fun. Number 7. The Daily Life of the Immortal King. The Daily Life of the Immortal King is about Wang Ling, a teenager with incredible powers who wants to live a normal life, but his powers always cause funny and chaotic situations. The comedy comes from Wang Ling trying to hide his abilities while dealing with everyday school life. Wang Ling's effort to navigate typical teenage problems while keeping his immense power a secret result in many humorous and unexpected scenarios. Number 6. Konosuba. Konosuba is about Kazuma, a boy who dies and gets reborn into a fantasy world. He forms a team with a water goddess who is completely useless and does more harm than good, a crazy wizard who can only cast an explosion spell and then she's unable to move for a couple of hours, and a masochistic female knight that makes even enemies feel weird when fighting her. Kazuma's team is not very good at being heroes, which leads to lots of funny and ridiculous situations. Their misadventures in trying to save the world despite their incompetence create a series of funny events. Each character's unique weakness and their interaction make for endless laughter and enjoyment. Number 5. Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic is about a healer named Ken who gets summoned into a fantasy world. He is one of the few people who can use healing magic, and Rose, his teacher, makes him go through extreme training. The show plays with the usual fantasy world, and Ken's interaction with others are full of laughs. His unconventional methods and the bizarre results of his healing magic lead to many comedic moments that keep the viewer entertained. Number 4. Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 follows Mob, a boy with powerful psychic abilities who just wants a normal life. His mentor, Reagan, is a con artist who drags him into all kinds of paranormal adventures. The comedy comes from Mob's serious nature mixed with the crazy situation Reagan puts him into. The show combines explosive psychic battles with funny moments, and Mob learns about himself and his powers. The unique art and mix of humor and action make it a standout series. Mob's growth and the hilarious interaction with Reagan and other characters make each episode exciting and fun. Number 3. The Eminence in Shadow. The Eminence in Shadow is about Sid, a boy who dreams of being a mastermind behind the scenes. He accidentally becomes powerful and forms a secret organization. The comedy comes from Sid's wild imaginations becoming real and his funny attempts to live out his fantasy. His journey to secretly influence the world while unintentionally becoming a real power in the shadows is full of funny twists and moments. Sid's over-the-top plans and the absurd situations that arise from his action provide plenty of humor and excitement. Number 2. One Punch Man. One Punch Man is about Saitama, a hero who can defeat any enemy with one punch. Despite his immense power, he feels bored and unfulfilled. The comedy comes from Saitama's search for a worthy opponent and his deadpan reaction to the crazy situations around him. The show is a funny take on superheroes with epic fights and lots of jokes. Saitama's laid-back attitude and the funny dynamics with other heroes make it a must-watch. Number 1. Mashle, Magic and Muscles. Mashle, Magic and Muscles is about Mash, a boy with no magic in a world where magic is everything. He uses his incredible physical strength to go to a magic school and aim to become the strongest. The comedy comes from Mash's unique way of dealing with magic problems using his muscles. His determination to succeed and the funny situations make it super entertaining and unique. Watching Mash solve magic challenges with his brute strength lead to many hilarious and unexpected moments. These were the 17 best comedy anime of this decade. Thanks for watching and stay tuned, my friends.